Hi YouTube, and welcome back to my Let's Play Sims 3 on Saturdays. So, this is a clip here at the very end of Jeffrey's birthday party, and Blake is having a conversation with his imaginary friend, and I think I kind of had him chit-chatting with him and kind of increasing the friendship and things. I may eventually try and turn him real, but yeah, we'll see about that. But up next we're going to have some makeovers. So I'm giving you little previews of Jeffrey and also Aria's new clothing, since they're both adults now, and I decided to make them all very ultra-modern, futuristic clothing outfits. And I'm not showing you all of my selection process, just like the final looks in terms of everyday outfits, formal outfits, sleepwear, workout wear, etc. So you can kind of see how I've set them up. And here Aria finally decided to paint a painting, and she actually did a really good one. It was like worth 600 bucks, and it got her a promotion. So there's that. And I decided to take Aria into the future and meet the descendants again. Well, since this is sort of a reboot of the series, and they're in a new town, but I couldn't do the move function, I had to actually just copy them, and this is actually a copy of the family moved into this into Isla Paradiso. And so this is actually the first time technically that she has ever been to the future according to the game. And so the descendants that we meet here are completely different from the descendants we met last time, which is no surprise. And actually, you know, they would have been different one way or the other anyway, just because of changes that I've done to the family since then, with Jeffrey and Aria getting married, Jeffrey going into a medical career, etc. So. But I thought, you know, it'd be neat to kind of check out the descendants of the family now and see what they're like, and then perhaps maybe once Blake is older, we can bring him to the future and see what kind of changes we've had, impacts we've had on the family and stuff. So especially as the dad, once Jeffrey has actually achieved his goal in his medical career, which I'm hoping he will do. So far I haven't had any glitches with him going to work like Isaac did, but since we're in Isla Paradiso, I haven't seen any of the kind of glitches that I was having over in Appaloosa Plains. So, and I've heard Appaloosa Plains is actually quite buggy compared to some of the other worlds as well. So, alrighty. And I'm not sure if any of the background noise that just happened was picked up by my mic or not, but if it was my husband playing with the dogs downstairs. Alright, so one thing I find annoying with the jetpacks is that as long as they have the jetpack equipped, they keep putting it on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off, and basically looking like they're doing the chicken dance. So it's like I almost have to like forcibly take it off and stuff. Alright, so here we are meeting the man of the household for the first time, and one thing I'm noticing is that he's kind of heavy. The kids are skinny. There's a teenager and a child in the family. But the dad's kind of chubby, and I don't know if I kept the footage of the mom of the family, but she's kind of heavy set as well. And what's interesting is that the woman in the household and the teenager have different last names. Here you can see Dickens. So we have Roy Dickens and Clea Dickens and then we've got Anwar Swan and Aaron Swan. So I'm curious as to why two of them have Dickens as a last name and two of them have Swan as a last name. Don't quite know what that means. So it's not possible that they're not married, that they're just living together, and maybe Aaron had a child from another woman and she had a child from, I don't know. I don't understand, because typically the children will have the same last name as the parent, and if they're married, they both have the same last name. So it's interesting that that's happened. So not sure if it's a glitch or if it's just you know, like they just have a different family structure, and that the kids are just stepchildren, stepbrothers and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know their history. But we're trying to get to know him better. He does have the same hair color as his ancestor here, which is interesting. Less Asian features than we saw previously. When we went to see the descendants the last time around, when we were still living in Appalachia Plains, they all had black hair and decidedly Asian features, which was interesting. So it'll be interesting to see how things change over time. I know that neither Aria nor Jeffrey work out, so I wonder if I got them to be healthier and exercise more, if that would affect the future swans from, you know, becoming obese. I don't know. So I didn't have a lot of interaction with the descendants. I just kind of had, you know, I just kind of got to know him a little bit and found out he was charismatic. And that's one thing that she's working on is her charisma, and so that's probably something that they're picking up from her. And here she's taking the maglev or whatever that train is into town, and I had her check out this one park, but there wasn't anything that interesting there, so I cut that footage out just because. I was trying to see, like, were there any statues erected in her name, and of course not. She hasn't done any of the achievements that you need to get a statue in the future. But I was reading up on what needed to be done and everything, so that perhaps she could get one. There might be a musical one that I might have her try and achieve, but we'll see, because I need to have her get her lifetime wish first. But I decided to have her come over here to the SimBot Emporium. You can learn how to build your own SimBots here, or you can buy components or to make one, or you can even buy already completed SimBot. SimBots are a lot more sophisticated in the future than the ones where, if you remember Gina Swan that we had in the family while Aria was growing up, and she was very, very basic, and there really wasn't a lot of choices that we could do with her. There weren't any upgrades or personality changes, or there wasn't really a heck of a lot, you know, we could do to her, and she just kind of just kept operating, and that's it. Apparently with the new SimBots, you can do a lot of upgrades, you can change their personalities. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things you can do with them. And so here, I'm just kind of checking out, like, all the things that you can add. And I might have someone in the family read up on SimBot mechanics, I don't know. And I figured I would also buy a bunch of these things. I'm not quite sure what they are or what they're for, but I figure, well, what the heck, buy them all. Might be able to do something with it, because I might buy for the family a SimBot assembly thing, that egg-shaped thing in the back. Not to necessarily build a new SimBot. You can also build nanites or nanobots or something like that, and then you can also work on personality chips and that kind of thing. And then also I've had Aria here try and sell some things that she has, and these are all minerals and gemstones and things that she was. I cut all the footage of it out, but she went basically everywhere she could in Isla Paradiso looking for a rainbow gem so that she can help Blake turn his imaginary friend real. Haven't found one yet. I'm thinking I might be missing a few places. And unfortunately, a couple of them are on some of the uncharted islands, and there's things you have to do in order to chart the island so you can get there. So I'm hoping one of the rainbow gems aren't on one of those, because that would be unfortunate in my opinion. And I don't know if I have to get the imaginary friend real before they age up to being a teen or young adult or something like that. Haven't figured that one out yet. Alright, so here's one of the SimBots that we looked at. This one is like the super uber model. Didn't like how he looked, and I say he because it looks male in my opinion. And also looks heavy set. Looks like a fat bot, fat robot. So I decided to look at a couple of the other ones. So there's one that hovers. There's another one there, and then there's one, the one with the green and silver, kind of up near the kind of sort of left a little bit. And so we're going to take a look at that one next. Now the one that we were looking at basically is like super uber. It's got all sorts of slots for all sorts of cool things and can do all sorts of stuff. But I decided, I looked at this one and decided that I kind of liked the fact that she didn't have, and I say she because this one looks female to me, just the way the legs are and the fact that she's got high heel shoes on, or look like the equivalent of high heel shoes. She comes with a sinister chip and a sentience chip. So she's sentient and she's sinister. So you can kind of give them different computer chips and that change their traits, similar to humans, where you can select various personality traits for them. And she's also, this one is also half the price of the other one because she doesn't come with as many chips and stuff as well. But I figured, you know what, we can always, from what I read, you can edit the chips that they have. And there we go, there she is. And her name is Rach right now, R-A-C-H-E. It's like almost like Rachel, except that they dropped the L off the end. So I call her Rach, but in the next episode, she'll actually have a chance to choose her own name. And so we'll choose a new name for her. But for the rest of this episode, she's still Rach. Alright, so one of the first things I do once we get back to the kind of the habitat here is I go and I get rid of her sinister chip. I decided I didn't want a sinister robot. And then there's a couple of things that are going to be slots for chips that are empty or locked because you have to be a level 10 bot. You have to have level 10 of the bot building skill in order to add those traits, or to add traits to those slots. Alright, so we got rid of the sinister chip, and then one of my objectives that I was given was to have a SimBot, or instruct a SimBot to tell me what their function is. So I'm doing that now, and she's going to tell me her function is sentience because that's the only chip she's got in her. And then I'm going to go ahead and edit her chips. I think yeah, here we go. We've got the adjust a Plumbot's trait chips. And the first time I adjusted her trait chip and got rid of the sinister chip, I didn't have any other traits that I could give her, but apparently when I ask the question, all of a sudden I have some additional traits I can give her. So that's what we're going to do now. And you can see here the stupid jetpack again. I've got to disable that. It looks like a Doctor Who sonic screwdriver that she's using. It really does. Alright, so we only have the sentient chip in there, and I decided I'm going to give her a holo projector and friendly functions. And you can read what the friendly functions does. I decided not to make her have fear of humans or be sinister. that could have dire consequences, in my opinion. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Alright, that is enough for this week. Thanks for joining me. Until next week, take care.